I have absolutely nothing funny to say for this intro. Apparently my Discord thinks this episode is really good, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started immediately. I think I would say that was certainly an interesting episode. So I actually really liked it. I think episode, what was it, episode 6? Episode 5 of the Ninjala anime. Super good. I thought it was really good, and obviously we're gonna do what we always do, when these new episodes come out, and, we're gonna talk about it, because I actually really enjoyed this episode, and I think there was, finally some relationships between the characters that we also didn't get to see. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all the core gamers out there. CJ Man 777 here, and welcome back to a discussion of the Ninjala anime episodes. Firstly, before this video gets started, I want to apologize. These glasses should transition back into actual glasses in a few moments. I was just outside shoveling 4 inches of snow off the top of my car, because we kind of got a crazy snowstorm last night. So, you know, the reason these look like sunglasses right now is because they're transition lenses. So, eventually they will go back to normal, and you will eventually, hopefully, maybe be able to see what my eyes are normally. But let's talk about the Ninjala anime episode. Now, there are some lore implications in this episode, but I wouldn't say it was anything too out of the ordinary, in terms of lore. I think what this episode was meant to do more was establish relationships between characters, and set up, you know, the future episodes going forward. And they did a very good job of doing that. Right in the beginning of the episode, you have Burton and Baraka finally making their way to the WNA Academy. As we saw at the end of last episode, every other student made their way to the WNA Academy except Burton and Baraka. But the big difference with Burton and Baraka going to the Academy is that they almost get ambushed by members of the Oniwa Banshu.
WNA
Is that the old Ninjala logo they had on that billboard? Get Ryusai.
あんな子供を襲うとはこやつら一体何が狙いなんじゃ
Oddly enough, Master Gen Ryusai, who we've seen in multiple episodes, come here, kitty. She came in here. Oh my goodness. I know. You want to talk about Ninjala? You want to talk about Ninjala? Yeah? No? But, Master Gen Ryusai, oh, she's purring now. Master Gen Ryusai ends up actually intercepting the members of the Oniwan Banshu, and he questions why, Burton and Baraka might be being targeted by the Oniwan Banshu, but Gen Ryusai doesn't know that it's actually Burton and Baraka at the moment. Gen Ryusai thinks it is, more so young kids. Why would the Oniwan Banshu be after some young kids? And that's really all the lore we kind of get on the Oniwan Banshu to an extent in this episode. I wouldn't say it was anything crazy, I think, going forward. But what's really cool is when all those kids get to the academy, we finally get, you know, some of the WNA Academy life. And we never got to experience this in the original anime episodes, and I just thought it was, you are just, I just thought the Academy life experience was super awesome. I think seeing it was really cool, and we actually got to see that the Academy has a principal.
入学希望者の諸君よくぞ来たわしが WNA アカデミーの校長じゃ
あっさり入学できそうだぞ
早速じゃがお主らに忍者としての素質があるかチェックいたす
なんですって盲点だった
And the principal basically goes, we have a lot of students, and if you do not have, like, ninja heritage, we're not gonna let you in, pretty much is what he said. And he basically checks all the characters' eyes to let them in. Obviously, the pink glint, as you guys know, in Ninjala represents ninja descendancy, or ninja heritage, so that is the reason, there's probably, you know, a principal of the academy. But I really like his character design because it looks like he's supposed to be some, like, tall and imposing dude. But in the end, he just is he's just some really funny guy. But we also learn that he is on the council, more specifically for Ninjala too. So that's something to note because the council, portion, the WNA council, does come up later. It does actually come up later in the episode. But obviously, as he's letting people into the academy, when it comes to Burton and Baraka, he lets them in, but he's like, wait, where are you from? And this is when Genryusai steps in. The WNA Academy has a principal? I didn't know that.
通ってよし待たれよ確かに忍者に間違いないのじゃがお主らどこから来たんじゃ
はい、あっちの方からです。
ほうあっちとはどこじゃその子たちは大丈夫じゃ源流祭様
Genryusai on the backup though.
れっきとした忍者に間違いないと思うがなしかしそれともこの源流祭の目が老いぼれたとでもいえいえとんでもございません
And that's neat. So eventually Burton and Baraka, obviously, they all get into the academy, and then we get some really cool shots, and it's just in a whole comedic scene, as they let people through the academy, you know. They have to go through, like, a screening process as you would if you were going through school.
あの人が源流祭様。生体認証データを採取します。僕らの元データと照合されでもしたら。栄養状態。パーフェクトです。本当。やったー。スムージーの豪華だ。これが俺の指紋だ。人前で体重計に乗るとか最悪。どうか痩せてますように。すっごいスリムになってる。って今は子供だった。
That was an interesting way to get everybody into why that to Lucy though, man? His face. It's a really funny scene. And it's just nice to see, like, oh, there's like an actual entrance into the academy, but the kids have to do it themselves, as the parents have sent them away to the WNA Academy because of their ninja heritage. And it's a really cute scene. And then what we get, obviously, is we finally get the first interaction mainly between a couple characters, and that's when Kappei's looking for Genryusai, who he actually thinks it's his grandpa, who is Gen Unsai, as you guys know from the story mode chapter 2, if you guys have played Ninjala and other things. As well, they're twins. Genryusai and Gen Unsai are twins, and they're both aware of the WNA, they're both aware of Gumshi and stuff like that. So Kappei meets up with Genryusai, and it's really cute, but guess who else also comes in to greet Genryusai? It's Van. And now we get a great interaction with Kappei and Van. Obviously, Kappei is a bit of a doofus, and I think that's his entire point. And it sets up this really funny rivalry between Kappei and Van for the rest of the episode, but it also establishes a friendship that we will later know.
もう一人のじいちゃん、どこにいるんだ？ガムッチガムッチ。あ、こら、おとなしくしてろって。じいちゃん？じいちゃん！
おお、カッペイか。はるばるよく来た。うわ
ー、本物だ。本当にゲンウンサイじいちゃんそっくり。
そりゃ双子じゃから。
Oh, that's cute. I knew they were twins, but that's nice to see that Kappei and they know each other already.
おお、そいつがガムッチか。ゲンウンサイから話を聞いておるぞ。これでいいじゃろ。
源流祭様。
おお、お主もよくぞ来た。
今日からよろしくお願いします。
これから厳しい修行になるが、覚悟は良いかバーン。
はい。カバーン？俺はカバーンじゃなくてバーンだ。なんだそっか。お前は誰だ？おいらはカッペ。
Hey!
なんだっけ。
Kappei's a bit of a doofus. That's okay.
カッペなんだ
これやめんか二人とも
Just nice, sweet character interactions. Burton and Baraka don't really interact too much with the other characters until the Ninjala battle portion. But the other interaction we get is Lucy and Emma, and there are no words. There are no words exchanged. They just exchange looks, and then they both go on their way. Oh my gosh. And then we get another scene with Van and Kappei at the end, and Van is like, "Oh, what are you doing practicing your lame kendo?" And Kappei calls Van's basketball a toy, which is really funny. And then they try and go at each other again, and they're going at each other all episode. It's really funny. But I think what's ironic about this is Kappei's holding a kendo stick and Van is holding a basketball. Now, if you guys know anything about the promotional art for Ninjala, Kappei is always holding an Ippon katana, and Van's main weapon is a trick ball that looks like a basketball. So I thought that was a really cool attention to detail, and I thought that was a really neat thing. But I think the way that scene ends is super funny.
お前はさっきのなんだお前剣道なんてダッセーことやってんのかなんだとそんなマリ遊びなんかより剣道の方がかっけえだろはあマリ遊びじゃねえしバスケも知らねえのかお前何やるかだったら勝負しろ絶対負けねえ
Van's gonna use a basketball to fight. Eventually, I'm sure. I don't think it's gonna happen.
どうやって勝負するんだ
You get something a bit more serious with Burton and Baraka talking about, you know, why their data isn't on file and they wish they could waltz right back into the WNA Academy, but we saw how that worked the first time. And that's really how the first night goes in the Academy. When it comes to the Ninjala battles, obviously the screens in the WNA Academy can be broadcasted. They can obviously video calls. And we finally learn the dude with the red hair on the sides, his name is Luke. His name is Luke, if I'm not mistaken. In the Academy, as they greet the Ninjala battles, they go, the Academy got 100 new students, and basically what the WNA Academy sets out to do is to develop these ninja to use their powers for good instead of evil, but we know the Oniwabanshu behind the backs of a lot of people are the opposite of that, and they don't want to, obviously they're working for the, behind the backs of the WNA Council and the WNA itself. But we do learn the dude with the red hair, his name is Luke, and the WNA is developing these ninja kids to help draw the world closer to peace. So what they do is they show off everybody's talents by doing an Ninjala battle, and here's where things get interesting.
皆さん入学おめでとうございます。WNA 世界忍者協会
His name is Luke. Okay, the dude with the red hair. Okay, good.
今回は総勢100名もの新入生がこのアカデミーに集まりました。一人一人が立派な忍者へと成長し、その力を人類の平和と発展のために役立ててくれることを願います。
ということで、まずはお主らの忍びとしての実力を見せてもらおう。腕試しの忍者ラバトルじゃ。
忍者バトル
忍者ラバトルとはすなわちガムウェポンを使いこなして戦い合うことじゃ。受け取れ。
What? 何これ
これは嘘だろ
なんでここに
And now suddenly they're wondering, well, how do we get the weapons? Here's one of those little there's a face covering thing, and I don't know the name of the face covering thing, but like a little, I guess an assisted, I guess, on the WNA. They're like kind of like little creatures or whatever. I don't think we have an actual name for them, but they hand out ninja gum to everybody, and this shocks Burton and Baraka because they're like, wait, ninja gum? Why are they're questioning, is it good for kids? Is it fine for kids? And it turns out, obviously, it is, but Burton and Baraka are like so confused as to why the heck the ninja gum has been mass produced. And obviously this awakens some of their abilities, and you get to see them kind of jumping all over the walls like we do in actual Ninjala, which is neat. But I think the interesting thing is that Van is the first one to craft a gum weapon.
これは忍者ガムだ
いかにも。これを噛めばお主らの中に眠る忍びの力が目覚めるのじゃ。
They don't know!
じゃあこれで憧れの忍者になれるってことか。子供が食べて大丈夫なの？
大丈夫？そうだろう、うまいだろう。そのフレーバーはこだわりの。
喜んでる場合じゃないでしょ。でもこのままどう戦いっていうの？お前たち見てな。こうやるんだ。かっけー。やるか。
あの子使い方まで知ってるのか。
彼のようにガムウェポンをうまく
This is so interesting.
Okay.
Obviously, Van had a little taste of the ninja gum in his episode earlier, but we were never shown him crafting a gum weapon. So the fact that his inherent shinobi ability is allowing Van to craft this gum weapon is interesting. Again, Burton and Bareka are left in shock and they're not sure. And we get some really cool shots of all the characters kind of meeting up. Van and Kappei obviously are going to go at it. Lucy is standing at the literal top of the WNA Academy, which I think is really cool. And the way they draw Lucy in some of these shots, she just actually looks crazily menacing. Oh my god, she looks so menacing in that shot. Now obviously as they go through the Ninjala battles, I think the most interesting thing is that the WNA Council is watching this. And when it cuts to Burton and Bareka after they all craft their gum weapons, we cut back to the council. And suddenly the dude from the Oniwan Banshu, you know, the big dude in the red suit, he's just got this angry face. And obviously we get some really cool scenes with all the characters fighting one another. And it's limited animation for the scenes. Obviously it's not like anything you'd see out of like Demon Slayer or AOT levels of action. It's limited animation to an extent, obviously, because you can only do so much. But again, remember this is a smaller animated series. But I find it really funny that the first one to get absolutely obliterated is Burton. And he just gets sent flying out of the arena. He just doesn't. He gets knocked into a tree and eventually meets Gumchi. Now, the one thing I like about this episode as well is the WNA is broadcasting this to a lot of the members of like the actual ninja organizations after they handed out the ninja gum. Remember, the dude in the red suit was pushing forward that there are no side effects of the ninja gum. Again, he and Ron already know. But what's interesting is when they cut back to Ron and Jane, who also happen to be watching the Ninjala battles, and the council's watching the Ninjala battles. When they cut back to Ron and Jane, Ron finds something extremely interesting, and he goes, man, basically Ron is saying things have been too quiet. Because remember, Ron's got a hit out from him from the Oniwan Banshu. But I don't know if that's a big... I don't know if that hit really plays into the effect of seeing what the ninja gum can do. So I think that's why nobody's been sent after Ron, but Ron thinks it's a little suspicious that no one's been sent after him in a while. When they actually get the scene with Ron and Jane, Jane goes, man, the gum weapons sure are something. I never knew that's what you were working on, referring to Ron, Burton, and Bareka when they were actually working on the technology. And Ron assumes that, Jane, you didn't already know this? I didn't realize there was anything you didn't know. Because he assumed that Jane hacked into it already, but Jane did not. Apparently, Jane admits that she did not hack into everything, but she hacked into a lot. I think there's some really cool scenes in here, though, when they actually get to the, the Ninjalas. Kappei's the first one to knock out Van, which is really funny. And, again, the rivalry that they established with Kappei and Van, again, they're going to become probably really good friends later, but I like the rivalry that they set up between the two, and then Burton ends up meeting with Gumchi, and he's like, oh my god, it's an extraterrestrial life form. And then Bareka goes talking to herself in the next scene, and Lucy is just like, man, you're talking to yourself? You sound like an old lady. And that just makes Bareka so furious. Van just waving the sword as a taunt.
剣術タイプの合併に対しワンは空撃タイプか。こりゃ見物じゃわ。
So Van does have control of wind, so I was right on that.
どうだ見たか。くそ。かまち。この子たちガキンチョだと思って舐めたら痛い目見るわね。何ブツブツ言ってるの？その喋り方なんかおばさんみたい。おばさんですって。
And the WNA Council, remember, they're watching this whole Ninjala battle unfold as well. And it's neat to see what they did with the animation. It's neat to see what they did with the animation. I think everything actually looks good and on model. And Lucy and Emma end up e-punning themselves. And they both give Bareka this, like, this little, like, disgustedly smug look. And it's just, it's really funny. It's really, really funny. What ends the battle is Lucy's eye patch falling off and her activating her eye, which the WNA Council sees and they're like, stop, stop, stop. Because they probably already know about Lucy's ability. Which can control matter, which would probably, you know, ruin the whole point of the WNA Academy training ground. Things made of metal, and Lucy obviously controlling metal, that would, you know, that would change a few things. And that's how pretty much the episode ends. It just establishes a lot of characters and stuff like that. And obviously, Burton finds a cafeteria, is doing the smoothie thing, and then Burton and Bareka and Genry Yusai meet up in the episode. Overall, I think it was just a really good episode. You get to see, like, everybody's personality kind of come through. Emma's excited. Lucy wants to destroy everybody. As she stands in the darkness. Van and Kappei are teasing each other that they were only using 30% of their power. You know, the old meme. They did not want Lucy to go absolutely nuts, so they are aware of what she can do.
おいお前、今日は俺の勝ちだな。何言ってんだ。オイラの勝ちに決まってるだろ。言っとくけど、俺はまだ 50% の力しか出してなかったからな。オイラは 20% しか出してないけど。
They're gonna have a... I think there's gonna be more to Genry Yusai learning about Burton and Bareka as the episode goes forward. Or as the episodes go forward. I think there's going to be a lot of... lore that we still haven't seen. Because remember, Burton and Bareka's, like, files are gone, along with, like, Marco's files, or anybody who worked on the Ninja Gum project. Why are you talking to me? She's been here the whole time, by the way, my cat. I don't know. I'm interested. I think the episode was, again, I think the episode was really good. Not too much on the way of lore. I mean, again, like I said, there are certain things. Stop. There are some lore implications in here, but nothing, like, too major in this episode, other than establishing the fact that the WNA Council can watch the Ninjala battles. The WNA Academy is obviously looked over by members of the WNA, and the Ninja Gum is in mass development. And that is the biggest thing to take away from this episode, that the Ninja Gum is being used in mass development, and granted, it has no side effects on kids, and obviously, as we know, it turns adults into kids, but the fact that they are mass producing it is what is going to set the lore forward going with Burton, Bareka, and Genry Yusai, I think. But in terms of other characters, we're going to get other interactions as we go through the episodes. Next episode, we're getting Kappei, which I think is going to be cool. I didn't think they were going to do an episode specifically focusing around Kappei, but now they're doing it. Now that they're actually in Ninjala, and I feel like it makes more sense here because, you know, we see Kappei's training here and there throughout the other previous episodes, but now we actually maybe are going to get to see what happened more with Gumchi and Kappei, because Genry Yusai mentions earlier in the episode when Kappei meets Gumchi and Gumchi pops out of the bag, he goes, "Oh, I'll take him from here," implying that Genry Yusai already knew about Gumchi. So some cool stuff, really cool stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I really have nothing else to say about this episode. I thought it was good. Nothing really like groundbreaking or crazy to talk about in this episode. It was just nice to see all the characters finally get to interact with each other, which again, we've never gotten a chance to see before. And now that we finally got a chance to see it, finally got a chance to experience it and watch it for ourselves. They did a really good job with that, and I'm very pleased with how this episode turned out. So, let me know what you guys thought, of course, of this Ninjala anime episode down in the comment section below. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. I'm interested to hear what you guys think of the WNA Council and the mass-produced Ninja Gum at this point. Let me know what you thought of the animation in this episode. Just let me know in general. And obviously, if you haven't already, you guys know what to do around here. You just gotta like and subscribe if you haven't already, because we do these every week with the Ninjala anime. You know, until the Ninjala anime's done. And obviously, besides the Ninjala anime, there's plenty of other videos to watch on my channel, and some are really ridiculous. And some are like this. So, you know, I got a lot of videos to suit everybody's fancy around here. So, again, I hope you all enjoyed. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next episode or in the next video. And this is CIJ Man 777 signing off. Stay safe, everybody.